Alright boys and girls, well, I thought today I would do a bit of a favourite in the northeast and probably in the UK. I thought I'd make a spaghetti bolognese or a spag bol, but I thought I'd do a traditional one. Got some lovely lean beef there. We've got some wine, got some milk, which is something you'll not have put in before. A couple of carrots, an onion, couple of sticks of celery, clove of garlic, some stock, some bacon. We're going to use some of this, some sage and some butter and some olive oil. Right, so without further ado, I'm going to crack on, alright? So we're going to chop things up and we'll get it sorted, aye? The Italians didn't like that garlic, right? Not very much anyway. So what we're going to do, into our pan, we're going to put some olive oil and some butter, and then we're going to just fry it until it's brown. Once it's brown, we're going to take it out. Got our trusty bowl here. We're going to put all of our rubbish into that. You didn't have to go anywhere, so that's it. That's what garlic done. We're going to do our onion now, right? So, what I got something for Christmas, right? Because normally I cry. So what I've decided to do, I'll try the Christmas present out and see if it works, right? Proper onion glasses. I don't know if they're my colour, but we're going to try them anyway, right? So, what you do, you get your trusty knife, and you get your onion, and you chop off top of that, into there like that, peel it like that. We're going to keep this end on, right? This end here, we're going to keep that on, because what that's going to do, right, is it's going to keep the onion together. That's what we're bothered about, keeping it together. Same as any dramas in your life. If you keep it together, everything's always better. Right, so we'll keep that on, going straight through in there like that, 2 halves of an onion. Right, so, I'm not crying yet. So all I'm going to do, look, is I'm going to cut through like this, not all the way to the end, but as close as we can, like that. And what you're left with, look, right, if you give it a bit of a wiggle, cuts all the way through like that. We don't want it to come apart though, so now we're going to go in the opposite way, chop through like that, all the way through, like this. Nice sharp knife, makes everything easy, and I'm not crying, which is good. It's a good thing, because you wouldn't want to see me bubbling, would you? Can you? Right, so half an onion, done. The eyes are starting, the onion glass isn't working. Oh. Right, so that's the onion done. Nice big pile of onion. Right. I don't know if you can see that, but I'm crying. Onion glasses don't work. Nothing works. Unless it's swimming goggles. Ow! Right, next thing, celery. So we're going to chop the end off. Chop that end off. They're the bits that we don't really want. We're going to chop it like that into 2 halves. Next thing, you're going to crack its back. So down that way, crack its back, and you're going to pull. They're the bits that are quite tough. So if you pull it like that, it's like string. Don't want them, or you want as few of them as you can. Get shot of them. Same again. Doing there, crack its back, like that. Pull them out. Pull as many out as you can. Right, so that's one of them done. Right, done. So we're going to try and get them as small as we can. We're going to go this way. Oh, my eyes is gunning. I'm going to have to get them goggles on again. Next thing, straight in like this. Now you didn't have to be good with a knife. We can do the same thing. You didn't even have to have a nice knife, a good knife like this one. Right, I'll show you. Oh, okay, just as well, look, with a regular old normal knife, straight through, like that, nice and small. Some people make excuses. There's a nice little saying, all the gear, no idea. So, it's when people buy all the kit when they don't actually need it, just because they can afford to. Doesn't make you a better chef. Top and tail them carrots into there. Go straight down like that. I'm going to cut them down the middle. Then I'm going to cut them into patterns. like that. And once they're into buttons, they're easy to chop into little bits and all. Right, so straight through, nice little bits, no messing. If you want, you can grate them, but we're not going to for the day. So that's all my rubbish pretty much done. I've never had to go into the bin. Last thing I've got to chop up is the bacon. Now you can use pancetta if you want. Bit fancy, I reckon. Well, you need a couple of slices like a bit cheaper, especially if I'm not using smoked. So we'll go on half of it. Right, we'll go on 3. There you are. So we're going to chop it up into nice strips. Now you can use scissors with this if you want. We're not gonna bother. Right, nice small little pieces and we're done. We're gonna wash our hands. We're gonna get ready. All right, so bear with us. Right, we're gonna swap our onto here. We're gonna get our hob like that. Be better for you to see. Onto there like that. Into a nice heavy bottom pan. Cast iron if you can. Some nice olive oil. That's some of the sediment from the bottom. Nice knob of butter into there now. And then watch it melt together. We're going to hire a clove of garlic in. I'm going to chop it in half. Into there like that. Now the next thing that's gone in is the bacon. Get it nice and crispy. This garlic's starting to infuse into it now. So it's starting to go and brune on the bottom there. Because this is a hot pan. So now what we're going to do is we're going to add in our onions. Caramelise them nicely. It doesn't matter if you get a little bit of celery in there. We just want to get all the onion in. It smells beautiful already. While we're waiting, time in like that, we're going to make our own sage butter. Starting to go nice, this. Nice and soft. We're going to hire in the rest of our stuff now. Now even though it seemed like a lot of oil at the time, most of that oil's gone now. Now this here, Holy Trinity, which is carrot, onion and celery, used in all Italian cooking. Lovely flavourful vegetables, and if you've had Italian food before, especially something like a Bolognese or an arrabbiata, they'll all have had carrot, onion and celery in there. Right, so we're going to turn the heat up a little bit because we've just cooled the pan down. Still, we're still keeping an eye on this garlic. We want it to get soft, but we don't want it to kind of get soft enough so we'll lose it in here. Sage butter start to melt. I've kept the leaves whole though, because what I want to be able to take them out. I don't want to leave them in. A little bit of pink Himalayan rock salt. Bit fancy for us Geordies, but you know, push the boat out, it's Christmas. Right, so we're starting to get a little bit brune. I'm gonna take this garlic out at this point. Nice and crispy on the bottom, look, and gone nice and golden. Fry that in there. Next thing, we're gonna hire in our meat. Right, so we've got some Aberdeen Angus, lovely tasty bits of beef. I'll hide that in the middle. We're gonna need the red wine to deglaze the pan. We're gonna need some milk and a stock cube. Right? We're not gonna hide any water in yet though, so I'm just gonna crumble it in on the top like that. So the mince is bruning. You see it's starting to get a bit sticky on the bottom there though. The wine will deglaze that though, the wine will get that off. It's a French term. Means stop it being hacky. Well, butter's doing alright. I'll give you a look, quick look. So they're starting to cook them sage leaves. Not brown though. And then that garlic's going to add a little bit of flavour as well. I'm going to turn that off the heat now and just leave it. And that's all I've done. I'm going to drizzle that over the top of the end. Right, I've just been to get some leaves through the garden, some bay leaves. I'm going to hide them in. They'll do. I like to put quite a few bay leaves in, gives it a nice flavour. Any bugs that was on them, just extra protein in it. So now we're in a good place. So any of that brown stuff that's stuck on the bottom, we're going to deglaze it. Ready? So we're going to hide in just a little bit, like that, and it'll start. So you'll start to see it'll start to come off, and all that flavour that's stuck to the bottom of that pan come into here, start to make a gravy, it'll start to make the sauce. It's on maximum, So while I read, the wine's starting to change colour now with all the bits it's picked up off the bottom. We're going to hot in some more water. We're going to cook it for about 3 hours, maybe 4. We're going to stir it every now and again. We're going to top it up with milk when we need to. It looks a bit like soup at the minute, but I'm adding extra water so I didn't have to come back so quickly. Right, so we're going to leave that like that, lid on, slightly ajar like that, just so the air can get out. Alright, we're back. When I lift the lid on this baby, alright, I've turned the heat right down, so we're on absolute minimum. Just gonna keep going and keep going until it's thickened up. Right, knee fillers, knee thickness, now like that. Just gonna keep going every so often. I'll come back, keep checking on it till we're done. Back in about half an hour. Right, we're going to hot in a couple of tablespoons of tomato puree, and that's it. Mix that through, and that's all the tomato you're going to get for your bolognese. Turn the heat up a little bit. It seems to have cooled down quite a bit, like, and it's not reducing down quickly enough. Still looks like the carrots are plodging. Put this back on. Back in another half an hour. Back again, boys and girls. Let's have a little look at this baby. So it's thickened up nicely now. Although we're going to put in a little bit more milk. Another half an hour and we'll get our pasta on. We'll bring the water to a boil now. Then we need to add some salt to the water. Right? So you're not going to eat all of the salt. You're going to eat some of the salt because it's going to soak into the dried pasta. But it's got to be as salty as seawater. 1 and 2. Right, so I'm gluten free, don't eat regular pasta, so gluten free spirals. You can use whatever pasta you want, right? Doesn't have to be now fancy, but just do it with your favourite, eh? So we're going to hot in a few bits of nutmeg, maybe about 1/4 of a nutmeg. Just be careful with one of these graters though. As you can see, it's nearly done, it's nearly ready. So at this point I'm going to take the lid off. The water's starting to boil. I'm going to turn that up. I want it to be a rapid boil. I'm going to take out the bay leaves at this point. It does help if you counted them when they went in. Oh, there's a big bit of bacon. Clearly forgot to do that, didn't I? There's another one. I can't have done more than 5. Keep that going when the water's boiling. Right, so have a look at this, take a deeks. Proper boiling like. So we're gonna hot in the pasta right now. All of it in there. And give that a mix. You always want loads of water, right? Loads of water. And the reason for that, you didn't want it to be stuck together or it's gonna come out like stuck together. You've got to keep checking your pasta. Because it's got to be al dente. What that means is it's got a little bit of a bite to it, because what you're going to do is finish it off in here. So our pasta's al dente now. I'm going to hot this down the sink. Oh, hello. We're going to catch some of this water. We're going to hot this into here like that. Give it a good mix. That pasta's going to soak up a little bit of the sauce, so we're going to use a little bit of this pasta water into there like that. And that's just going to give us a little bit of sauce back. It'll continue to thicken, continue to cook. And we're done. We're going to get one lovely bowl. A little bit of a sage butter. Dribble that over the top. Obviously I did say it wasn't particularly slim and world friendly. You don't have to go in with the cheese, but I like it. And I haven't seasoned it with any black pepper yet. And this is where we're going to do it. Right now, over the top. Done. Incredible. Let's have a go. See where we're at. Absolutely beautiful. I don't think I can stand here and finish this off. So, I will come back when it's done. Right, boys and girls, that's it, done. Absolutely incredible. You won't be disappointed. Make this recipe. Live to eat, div and eat to live. It's a boring existence and it's no good for anyone. Get yourself some proper scran and we get some more. Catch you later.